this is not merely a building. It's a sanctuary of remembrance, a threshold where the veil parts, and minds once lulled to sleep begin to rise. This is the house of reawakening minds.
I entered in silence, intellect, and despair, seeking refuge from illusions thick in the air. Walls lined with scrolls, lectures dense with light, where knowledge resurrects what was hidden from sight. No pulpit performance, no charismatic show, just a word in its purity, allowing the soul to grow. History unpacked with surgical precision, exposing falsehood, restoring vision. They taught me jurisdiction, the power of a name, how to stand in one's truth, free from legal games, from colonial codes to Moorish descent. I learned that ignorance is the true imprisonment. Not just the church, this is consciousness refined. I found myself inside the house of.
This is sacred ground, not just wood and stone. A haven for the seekers who once felt alone. Here the veil is lifted, the contract unwinds. In the house of reawakening minds. Truth is the altar, wisdom is the flame. Every soul remembered, every bloodline reclaimed. Time collapses and the spirit aligns. Inside the house of reawakening
We
light.
speak of capitis, diminution, and trust law with grace, pulling veils from the statues that distort the race. Reverend Doctor don't preach, she teaches through metaphysical keys and universal speeches. From Egypt to Amexim, maps are redrawn, and the minds of the lost are profoundly reborn. They decode etymology, undo the brands, expose how black was a corporate sleight of hand. This is reclamation through language and tone, where status is corrected and sovereigns are grown. From natural law to the astrological signs, the cosmos converge in these sacred confines. This ain't dogma, it's the science of the divine. Every lecture a seed in the garden of the mind.
You said know thyself but gave no guide, until I found the house where illusions died. Here the soul remembers, the contract is clear. We are the heirs and the ancestors cheer. This is sacred ground, not just wood and stone. A haven for the seekers who once felt alone. Here the veil is lifted, the contract unwinds. In the house of reawakening minds. Truth is the altar, wisdom is the flame. Every soul remembered, every bloodline reclaimed. Time collapses and the spirit aligns. Inside the house of reawakening.
They don't ask you to believe.
Cause it's just a matter of time that you reawaken your mind. Oh, come with me, come to know and find out what is true. Then you know what's in store just for you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say, I'm reawakening mine. Come to know and find out what is truth, yes. Then you know what's in store just for you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say, I'm reawakening mine.
Peace and blessings, blessings. As you all know, I am Dr. Naila Bakari Gilliam L, Dr. G, and I have a new handle, Dr. G, the OG, which stands for the original glitch. And we'll get into the glitch thing at some point. I'm not really going to, Cynthia, going to tell too much, but OG in my case stands for the original glitch. And we want to welcome you to the official House of Reawakening Minds. Tonight is a special live stream conversation between myself and our board chair, Sister Cynthia Martin L. And we are here to talk with you about something that's very close and near and dear to our hearts. And that's our upcoming conference, Private Lives, a How-To Intensive 2025. It's happening September 25th through the 28th, right here at the House of Reawakening Minds, 602 Vandever Avenue in Wilmington, Delaware. Cynthia.
Yeah, well, peace, everyone. And thank you guys so much for, tuning in tonight. We're so excited about what's ahead. And we wanted to take this hour, not just to tell you about the event, but to explain what this 4-day, intensive is exactly, what our community needs you know, it is exactly what our community needs right now. By the end of this live stream, we want you to feel so clear and so inspired that, you know, you go out and register tonight at our brand new website. The website is running at the bottom, but it's houseofreawakeningminds.org. Again, write that down. Get you guys a pencil and piece of paper. houseofreawakeningminds.org. Okay, the site is up and functional. And even though we're still building it out, there's a lot more that we're going to be doing. It's so exciting. So you guys get busy. Go on and register tonight. We want to see those ticket sales. And like Dr. G has said, you know, we're very limited. So go on and get those tickets tonight.
So yeah, it's really good to see you all. And tonight is just about this conference. So we're not really going to do a long drawn out show, but just so that everyone that can and get the information, please like and share. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to our channel. And some of you may have heard me say this before, though. Sovereignty is not granted. It's remembered. You have to remember. That's why we're the house of reawakening minds. Health, it's not given, it's cultivated. You got to do some things nowadays to, you know, cultivate wellness and good health. And order is not demanded, it's chosen. And so this 4-day gathering is designed to help you reclaim all of that. Private lives, a how-to intensive is about putting things in order. Your household, your documents, your body, your spirit, your wealth, your walk. It's about remembering who you are and how to live that out every single day. Every single day.
Exactly. And when we say how to intensive, you know, we mean just that. This is practical. You know, this is not just inspiration and good talk. You know how most people just talk. This is practical things. This is about you know, leaving with checklists, with routines, strategies, and confidence, whether it's, you know, your health or your lawful literacy that you're trying to, you know, gain some information about, or simply learning how to structure your private household better. You know, you'll gain practical steps you can implement immediately. And I think that's the purpose of all the events. Okay, so, you know, Dr. G, can you share with them, you know, why this gathering and why now, why we're doing it, you know, now?
Well, first of all, we've been trying to get this together. It seemed like everything and anything that could get in the way of this going forth, you know, and you know how I am every now and then. You've had to change travel arrangements and all that good stuff. But Cynthia, we're in a time where distractions are louder than ever. I mean, everything is coming out. I mean, we don't know whether, you know, the sky's gonna fall on us, the ocean's gonna swallow us up, the aliens gonna shoot us with, you know, space ray guns or what. So folks, and then, you know, AI is gonna take over the world. So folks like, you know, look, I gotta hold on to my coins and all this stuff. But underneath all of that noise, our people are hungry for clarity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they are. And they're asking, how do I get calls all the time? How do I stand lawfully? How do I protect my health? How do I get my household in order?
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, how do I live free of dependence on a system that has never loved me?
Right.
And, you know, I believe that's why Private Lives 2025 was born, to answer those questions and to answer them in community, because we don't do this work alone. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
Now, logistically, though, it's simple. We begin, like I said, on Thursday evening, which is the 25th of September, and we go through Sunday afternoon, September 28th. And that's for, you know, we've added an extra day because we normally have all the other conferences we've had, y'all. We have begun on Friday. So we begin this year with an extra day, which is Thursday. And so that's 4 powerful days here at the House of Reawakening Minds in Wilmington, Delaware. And let me pause and say, seating is limited. Seating is limited. Yeah. So we really mean that. we, like Cynthia said, we want you to go to House of Real Awakeningminds.org tonight. Tonight and register,
Yes, exactly. And the cost has been set, this remains accessible. The general admission is $155. Current 40
for the 4 days, right?
Yeah, for the 4 days. Thank you very much.
Let me, before you go any further with that, Cynthia,
okay.
let me interject this, because let me be a grand chic for a moment.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll be looking at you like this.
Let me interject. So the fact of the matter is, there are many conferences that I see and hear about, and it is a 1-day conference, and they want 500 notes and all of this stuff. So we know times are tight, and so that, and we tried to keep, we had been keeping the cost down.
Yeah.
It was under 100. It's like what, 75?
Yeah.
For the 3 days.
I think it was 100 last time.
Right. Costs have gone up, and we still, I really know that we are keeping that cost down, because we know that we want people to be able to come.
Right.
And so go ahead. I just had to interject that.
Oh, that's okay. Current 44 legacy members, they pay us $95, and that's for the 4 days.
Oh, okay. Oh, 40. That's what she meant.
40, 40,
40,
right?
40. If y'all remember, we had in our other website iteration. We had asked, and there were several of you who are to this day supporting us with $40 a month. It's probably about 10 of you. That many, but we appreciate you.
Oh yes, absolutely.
We don't get any income unless you buy some flash drives. I think most of what we've done, Cynthia, has been built on flash drives. Because I looked in at where we buy and purchased them, and I saw where this last go around we had purchased 840 flash drives, but that was just from one place, because those are like 10 to 30 at a pop. So we well over a couple, I would say maybe 1,000, 1,500 or so flash drives over the years that has helped us to be able to maintain, because we still have expenses. We don't pay salaries or anything like that. But we do, we want to make sure when the speakers come, even when our grand sheik comes, we want to make sure that he doesn't make that trip down here and not get any, show him no energy of love. So we do that every time he shows up here. We want to make sure that, so we don't, I don't take a salary. Cynthia doesn't take a salary. He doesn't even take a salary. That's the law. Love. That's our love for our grand sheik. So
that's right.
If we don't get the 40s, and some of you send 10, and there's even a couple, one note. We appreciate it. We absolutely appreciate it. So let me let this speedy cars now thing go by so they can hear me. But we the 40/40 legacy, before we they'll see it is going away as a title. Would you say a category?
Yeah, I would say a category, because we have other membership
tiers,
groups and tiers. Yeah,
tell them about the tiers before you talk. Yeah, just so they know.
Well, what we have bronze, we have gold, silver, platinum, and the 333
bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and then what was 40/40 is now our palladium.
Palladium,
Palladium membership. So if you go to our website, which I probably should put up the link again, but if you go to our website, you can actually see that. So current 40/40 legacy members pay only $95, because we, among other things, discount them 40%. Now, we will say this: we are honoring the current 40/40 legacy members for anything we're having, even if you come in person, like we have an event this coming Friday. We are honoring the 40% off through the end of 2025. If you choose to continue to support us, and we hope you do, as a Palladium member, and we'll be adding different perks and benefits because we're still developing stuff. If you choose to do that, you'll become a Palladium member. But our top percentage off is 25%. I think we started 10 or 5, and it goes up to 25%.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, right. So we just want to throw that out there. and as I'm looking at this, Cynthia, there's something that's changed in StreamYard about.
What?
It says something about when streaming to a profile, viewer comments won't show up unless the stream is public on Facebook by default. Is friends only. So some of your comments may not show up because they've changed something, because that has never been a question. I only see like, so it looks like if we may not have it set up as public, I don't know what I may not have it.
Okay,
so
well, you can go back and then you can make it public later or something.
Yeah, so I do apologize if you're not showing up, because I'm just seeing a brand new message. So go back, and I know you were talking about the 44.
Oh, yeah, I had finished speaking about that. You elaborated on that. I was going to tell them that the vendor price or cost is $125 for all 3 days, and I had put a little note on the website about that. If you're going to be a vendor, then at 9 a.m. you must be set up, because when we start our classes, we don't want people dragging in tables and trying to set up stuff downstairs. So if we can be there at 9, I think that's on the website. But vendor cost is $125 for 3 days. So that's Friday.
Not $125 a day.
Right.
$125
for 3 days.
Whole entire 3 days. Which
yes,
is,
the whole entire 3 days. So
I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, somebody wanted them to vend at an event, and it was 600 notes for a space. I mean, so now you gotta sell 600 notes worth of product before you can even then
your rental.
Then the next dollar is yours, which makes no sense whatsoever. So.
And both vendors as well as participants, the deadline for registration closes on September the 15th. And I can't remember what day that was. You don't remember what day that was, Dr. G?
No.
Is that a Friday or something?
I don't know, y'all.
Anyway, it's the 15th. So, I was trying to see if it make it clear, but, we want to see, you guys there. I've been sending out little, messages. If y'all get one, then go ahead and click on in and buy your ticket tonight. Okay.
Right.
See,
like I said, I don't see the comments. So I'm thinking that, and normally folks do make comments, and so it has to be with this little new setting. So I got to go in and make sure.
Well, Dr. G, then can you move on to tell us who's teaching, who's going to be there, so that people can sort of know that?
Yeah. So you may be wondering who will be instructing at this gathering, and we brought together an incredible team of speakers and teachers, and some we've had before in the prior years, and some who are doing some things for us on a regular here, but this will be the first time that they will take a large portion of the teaching to deal with the subject at hand, which is how to live in private. And that's teaching Lady J. And they'll guide us in culture repair and household order, and how to bring balance and structure back to our private lives. Okay. Of course, our Grand Sheikh Tashri Beg, my mentor, he's going to deliver always a powerful teaching on more science, lawful literacy, and historic correction. Those of you, Doctor who've been here before can never forget Dr. Dave Levy-Bay, who is an awesome naturopath, and he'll be equipping you with daily health protocols, detox logic, and holistic tools for vitality. He's also an awesome iridologist and a kinesiologist that, when he does that little thing with his finger and can tell what's going on with you.
I know, that's so weird, but it's
weird and amazing, but he can do it. Right. And then of course there's Dr. El Hagan.
I used to kind of
he's an herbalist and a horticultural, and he's going to walk us through plant medicine and we go on a walk. For those who are able to go on this walk, we go to a place called the Brandywine, which is a beautiful place, not very far from House of Reawakening Minds, and he will take us on this walk all the way there, even the little things growing out the cracks of the sidewalks. He will identify herbs and plants that are edible, medicinal, poisonous, and so forth. And we get to get that benefit of learning and identifying.
Yeah, that's really cool too.
Right. Yeah. And
don't you have an app on your phone that you can identify plants and stuff with?
Absolutely. So the app was I forgot what it's called, but you just point the picture like you're taking a picture of the plant. It'll tell you what it is and what it's good for. And, we know by now a lot of the things that have been falsely identified as weeds are actually herbal in nature. And it's not until, they can get a hold of it and add some proprietary poison to it that now it's a drug. But, it's nature's pharmacy. So that's one of the things that Dr. Elegant is very good with. And so, of course, our sister Deborah Clark Smith L, who's your cousin, we found out.
That's my cousin.
And she and I have been best friends for over 20 some years. So it's a small world. But she's a fitness instructor. And she's lost over 100 pounds. I mean, the last time we saw her, the first thing I said is, "You need a sandwich." You remember that? I said, when we saw her I've seen her since then, but when we saw her doing what she did, for us with the qigong,
she did a great job.
She's great. She gets you moving.
Oh yeah, we were sweating and everything.
A lot of folks were trying to get her to do online classes so they could continue. Maybe this year, she'll start something like this. But she focuses on mobility, breath work, and longevity, because strength and movement are key to sustaining sovereignty. And myself, I'll be teaching on holistic wellness, spiritual alignment, glitch philosophy. I know y'all want to know what glitch is.
Yeah.
And reclaiming your private walk in this matrix that we're navigating. So, and hopefully I will have my software and everything up, and I will be doing wellness scans.
We're going to make sure that happens this time, because you've always wanted to do that.
That's some of what's going to be happening there. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, that lineup alone makes, the gathering invaluable, with all the teaching and all the information that's going to be happening. Every single one of the instructors that are going to be teaching, they live what they teach. So it comes across as something that people can really utilize and put in, implement into their lives. And that's why you can trust what you receive here at the House of Real Awakening Minds, because we just don't sit up and talk. We try to teach instead.
Absolutely.
So, let's talk about what the people will actually walk away with. Will they, what will they gain, Dr. G? I mean,
well, number one, clarity, and you'll know what steps to take. Number two, hopefully, you'll walk away with tools.
Okay.
Yeah. And then number three, confidence, because that's in a lot of these processes and things that you hear about, you get this information, but there is a lack of confidence as to whether or not you can step out on faith, so to speak, and put it into practice, because fear is a paralyzing factor. You can get everything together and then be afraid to implement it. And what have you done? You just probably wasted time and money and effort. So you get that sense of, I know what I'm doing now. And that's what we want. And finally, I think they'll come away with a sense of community, because you'll be able to connect with people who are on the same path. People hopefully that you can call when you feel alone or uncertain, you have a question, you need clarity, Well,
again, you'll also gain, I think, accountability. That's so important. People these days, the accountability is an issue, because once you sit under teaching, such as, the teachers that we're going to have, you can't unknow it. The information is going to be there. You just have to take copious notes and then put it, implement the teachings. You leave different than you came, of course, and that's what the purpose is. And that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
So, Dr. G, you want to get some maybe questions from the audience that we have here? If they have any questions, let's take a few common questions and ask the people.
Well, you can.
Is there any, is there any parking? Yes.
Well, we can't. Yeah, because we can't take. Unfortunately, I'm thinking that the only people that are friends are these people that have made comments. So,
okay, well, some people do ask some of these questions. They don't we want to know if we have any parking. We do outside in the front and on the street, level. Travel. If you're going to fly on the plane, then you're going to fly into Philadelphia, or you're going to fly into the airport in Newcastle, Delaware, outside of Wilmington.
Only, I believe, Florida. If you're coming,
only in Florida for that one.
Okay. Florida.
So for Florida, I forget
Yeah.
the name of the airport, but it's
Avilo.
in Newcastle. Okay,
It's the
Avilo.
Avilo or something.
Mhm.
Avilo.
But yeah, something like that. Okay. And then the lodging, of course, if you need lodging, then we'll have information for you to obtain that. Okay. And that information should be in your confirmation email, if I'm not mistaken. So, so vendors, just like I've told you guys before, the vendors details will be on the website as well. And that'll be also included in your registration. Deadline again for everybody, September the 15th. Dr. G?
Yeah, another question. Can I bring food? So, we do encourage healthy eating. We don't tell you what to eat, but there's a benefit to eating healthy, and there are options to purchase meals. We have a couple of local food vendors, and that you can purchase from, and we'll also be supplying hors d'oeuvres on Thursday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll be supplying free continental breakfast. So, but yes, you can bring sealed snacks and water. We'll probably have water there anyway, but you can you can bring that, and then you can, as I said, we have a vegan vendor, and then we have another one that kind of does like seafood, and I think the meals are somewhere around the area of 10 to 10. They're under 15. I think about 10, $11. No, it's just not a whole lot for full meals, but you can bring this. We just ask, even whether you eating something from that we supplied or that you bring, that you clean up after yourself. I just can't stand it when grown folks be leaving stuff. Oh my children! I'm sorry. That was we have an event coming up this Friday, and I'll tell you what. After all of those times we have the Friday, is somebody the chairs, they can spill stuff on the chairs.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's gotten bad. I mean, I thought we got the chairs where we could just wipe them.
Well, we can, but the fact that it's on there, it's the
oh my god, oh my goodness,
that there's stains on there and they're grown people. But I digress. I love y'all, but
yeah,
gosh, is that Hodge and Drag? Who the heck said that? Okay, that's one of them crazy behind people. I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna ignore that. Anyway, is there a dress code? Yeah, come comfortable, come modest. It's not a dress up thing, and come ready to move. Especially for Sunday. I mean, you maybe want to even bring some exercise. Like the exercise pants or stuff. Something that you can move, because we do a workout with Deborah, and before that, on that same day, we do that walk with Dr. Elegant, and so you want to be able to move and be comfortable. Yeah. So
walking.
Yeah. refund. So tickets are non-refundable, but because seating is limited, but they are transferable. So if for some reason after you purchase your ticket you're not able to attend, you just let us know. You somebody else is coming in your stead, and that's fine, right?
Right. We did it before.
Yeah. So, and I don't know if anyone here. Oh.
What?
Oh, is that Grand Chic? Looks like he is actually
where
in the chat. He said, I guess that's him. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it is. It's Taj.
No, that's not him.
It's not. It looks like
that's somebody. Taj get to do money for. Yeah, see, that's somebody that's not Taj. So what we gonna do for you, impersonator?
Like you.
No, and put a picture up. We gonna ban you and delete your comments because you full of ish. Bye. That was not Grand Chic, y'all.
I know it. What it looked like? Oh my God. I know. Tosh.
Somebody took his picture. Somebody took his picture, and we it doesn't.
It's okay. We're not gonna go
there. It's okay, y'all. It's all right. That was
the portals are open. We got to be real careful how we think. Okay, so
yeah, we got to still be positive, and we can't be negative because they know how they be going after me. So look, Taj Tariq Bey was banned, and her comments were that's so sad, but that wasn't him.
Okay,
that wasn't him. He would have never said no. You know,
No,
and I don't know who was
yeah, I was
messing.
like, well, that's weird.
And then here we are, less abrasive, who's asking whether or not the winch is still scamming with the silver. Well, no, you're going to. So there you go. And I'm not a winch, and I would never scamming because I don't even provide the silver. Somebody else does. So here we go. So now that we've got the little the imps and the whatever you call them people, whatever they call, out of the way. We're good. We're good. I don't even know why people want to come on, but I do know they just want to bring in a negative energy. So I don't know if anybody has any real questions or comments with regard to what we've shared thus far, because if you can, yeah, I already blocked less abrasive. They going to, you know, so it's just it just, you know, they don't have anything to do but come on here and be disruptive, then that's fine. So if anyone has any questions with regards to the conference, please. Yeah, thank you, Sister Inez. The trolls. That's right. The trolls. I couldn't even think of what to call them. But yeah, so the trolls are gone. And if you're trolling, you on there, I just you're still on here, just keep your mouth shut. Don't say no. You can say on. Just don't say no. You know, stay up under the radar. Yeah. Anybody have any questions or comments? Because I just don't think it's allowing people. We don't have a lot of folks on the live, but you know, please,
I can see it after we put it on live.
It's going to be out there so people will
Yeah.
know. Yeah. So if anybody who's actually on there has a real comment or a real question, please put it up there. But I think it's like about 67 folks on here, it says, and I think with whatever they've changed here, the folks normally are always making comments if it's nothing more than saying greetings. So there's something that I got to do differently. Every time I turn around, StreamYard's making changes.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So this is another one. So, but anyway, if you've been to one of our past gatherings, if you drop a comment in the chat about your experience, anybody who's on and has been to any of our past gatherings, when you drop, you know, just a comment and let people know what you gained, because you never know, your testimony could be the very thing that inspires someone, somebody else to register. Yep. So
planting seeds.
Yeah. Yeah. So we just want to make sure that okay, here's somebody else. Where's my money? Because I'm a respondent. You owe me over 10 grand when I helped remodel the building when y'all scammed the people out of all that money years back. First of all, I'm going to let you know that I didn't take 1 cent of anybody's money. That organization that you sent money to was from the people who were renting the building at the time that took place, and all of that money went to, and I don't remember their name up, but that was the organization that was Brother Abdullah, Brother Shem, and Sister Tamara L. You sent your funds to them. You didn't send funds to me, and I don't. You're not owed. I mean, you're not owed anything.
They on Facebook. They can find them on Facebook.
You can find them on Facebook. Yeah. I never, ever took anything from anybody.
Nope.
I was not scamming people, and Grand Sheik did a lot of work there, a lot more than with regard to funds. So expose, I don't owe you shit. Get the hell off my channel with that.
Yep. Don't do it. Yep. Find out who owes the money. Then
find out who, because you didn't send it to House of Real Awakening. You send it to that organization. You didn't send it to me. So, y'all are, you can say what you want, but whoever you are, I didn't. Nobody benefited from no scam. So now I'm done with you. I'll let you so you can get your comments out. There you go. And let me get rid of this. You think you can just put up a little thing. You knew what was going on. I had nothing to do with it. When somebody rents a building, they can remodel to and renovate to suit. And that's what they did. You know what I mean? And whoever it is, kick rocks.
Well, I remember when they did all that. Yeah. And I remember what they did too. So it's all good.
Yeah. So, but we appreciate those who did give. We appreciate those who volunteered and gave their sweat equity. We certainly did, right? Yeah. But the rest of y'all, not y'all, but the people like this, idiot, those, and I don't know if they was all three the same or if they were three different ones. That energy is the reason why we as a people have not been able to progress any further than what we have, because we have idiots like that get on social media and become disruptive and become a cog, if you will, in the wheel to stop progress. So, you can say what you want, but that's not true. And we are moving on with what we're doing. So speaking of moving on, the website is, as Cynthia, you said earlier, a work in progress. It is still being done, but it's on. So we have the matter of fact, I probably should have brought up the page, which shows the if y'all haven't been there. So I've been to class gatherings when it wasn't encouraged to have. There have been several awesome presenting people from all around coming together and combine. The black man, what are you saying? I remember she used to be a pastor, but the Moorish thing blew up and overshadowed her work for the Lord. Nah, she's screaming Islam. First of all, when I learned about more science, since we getting into stuff like this, I'd already left pastoring. I'd left pastoring. So
just delete it. I mean, it's crazy. People just, that's what you're just saying. That's why we can't rise, because we got people like that.
There you go again. There you go. So this has been a whole thing about getting rid of these buttholes that want to come on and just say negative stuff. Yeah. So, but we hope that those of you who are who know us and know that we are, one, not scammers, two, we're serious about bringing knowledge and truth. At least I know I am.
And that's all.
It's a sacrifice and it's a labor of love to come on and to do what we do. We care not only for ourselves, but we care about our people at home. And it's even as you get to a place, Cynthia, and those listening, where your heart, you're working at the heart level, you have to even give out a love vibration to negative energy like that. That's the only way the only way you can combat it. You can only combat it by throwing love at it. You can't, you can't fight, as they say, you can't fight fire. You can't fight fire with fire, but you can, delete and ban them every time they come up. So, and hope that they will find it, love will enter up in their hearts, and they will learn that they are being used as pawns against not only their own people, but against themselves.
Yeah.
Against themselves. So, this has been very interesting. Did not expect to have to go into anything. We said we were just going to come on.
That's all. And tell the people what's going to happen, and let them know what's going on so they can get their tickets done. So, and
we want to see you. We hope to see you. And Cynthia, you can give those prices again, just so people.
Yeah, well, right. Basically, this event is going to be a moment for a lot of people, and I think we're going to run from that Thursday, September the 25th through Sunday, the 28th at the House of Reawakening Minds at 602 Vandever Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, not Wilmington, North Carolina, because they always will tell you, and the pricing again for the general public is $155. The 40/40 Legacy is $95. Vendors $125 for all 3 days. Everybody, okay? And the deadline for all is September the 15th. So go and register tonight. The website is functional and ready, and that is the House of Reawakening Minds.org. O-R-G. Okay.
Yes.
Don't wait, because like I said, seats are very, very limited. So we'll have to, fire department won't let us have hundreds and hundreds. So,
Yeah, and we want to say thank you to our brother, brother Raj,
yes,
Bristol Bay, and all of the work that he is doing to help. Because matter of fact, we were almost finished the website when we realized we had to purchase a whole nother
sweet
thing of, I think it was like what
1,500. Yeah.
1,500 notes to do what we wanted to do as far as like with memberships and stuff like that. So what we were able to do is we have that other website up right now while he is simultaneously building another one. So we had to do that in order to, as we didn't have what we needed to be able to do the things that we want to do going forward. So he's very, very patient. As a matter of fact, he's the one that, produced our song, wrote and produced the song for House of Reawakening Minds. And of course, we're not retiring our original, my spiritual daughter Maisha singing that song from 2015 that she sung over the phone. That's the thing. So y'all see that I'm not we're not getting rid of that. We appreciate it because that has sustained us for 10 years.
Oh God! I mean, for real,
it's been 10 years. Yeah, it's been 10 years. So yeah, 2015 when she did that, right? Yeah. So we are appreciative. Like I said, we had no, and we can talk about this just a little bit, Cynthia.
Sure.
Going forward, and probably y'all noticed that I haven't been doing weekly office hours with Dr. G and stuff. When stuff gets a little. Stuff gets a little hectic. And so you have to kind of pull back. But I am working on a book, and I've been working on something else for quite some time that I'm hoping to get out before the end of the year. And with that, I have another platform. What I've actually done is taken, and I'll probably talk about it the next time I come on live, but I've taken what used to be Office Hours with Dr. G, with the standalone channel that I very rarely came on. I just streamed to that. But Office Hours with Dr. G channel has now become Dr. G Always Glitching. And you'll hear more about that because it lines up. It's in line with a book and some other things that I've been working on. And I'm hoping to be able to have you all go over there and register if you haven't already over there. So when I start doing work over there, you'll know, because it'll be a little bit different. Just a little bit different from a focus there. There may be things on there that aren't live, such as
different information
and recordings that are done not in a live sense. Because sometimes, in order to really get your information out, you have to not do like say like if you let the distractions come in, you're not able to really produce what it is and in the right energy and the right spirit that you want people to get, because not everybody it has the mindset of those people who are trolls. Thank you, sister. So we want to be able to get information out that's helpful, and we also want to be able to broaden our community. We want more folks, we want more folks to be able to tune in, but we'll still be over here, Office Hours with Dr. G, on the official House of Reawakening Minds channel. And what I'll probably be doing is alternating, like the Tuesdays. Some Tuesdays it may be office hours, and one Tuesday it may be always glitch. Yeah, Dr. G Always Glitching. But it'll be coming forth, and I hope those of you who appreciate, especially the metaphysical and the deep dives into different topics and subject matters, will appreciate that focus. I'm really looking forward to it. I am
too. I'm so excited.
I'm looking forward to it. So with that, like I said, this is about, I want to just give thanks to those of you who have stayed on.
Really?
I want to give thanks and say that this conference is about reclaiming the private in general, your body, your mind, your household, your walk, and we're ready to receive you. And so, and until we meet in person, we ask that, you just keep your heart steady and your spirit sovereign and your private life, keep it in divine order. We want to see you next month, hopefully.
Oh yeah, well, whatever, the universe is in control.
Yeah, so hopefully you will go over and put this up right here, register. Here is the link in a bigger picture in case you can't catch it.
Right at the bottom.
Across the screen. Here it is, House of Reawakening Minds.org. And there is a actually when you go to the page, I think it's a flashing sort of banner that
yes, it's a banner there that is flashing the dates, like event in September, and then it takes you there.
Yeah. So we're not going to belabor the time. We're not going to do that today. And I'm not going to give them a chance to create another profile to come in. Cynthia, do you have anything else that you want to?
Well, like I said, I'm sitting here listening to you, and you just mirrored and matched what I was going to say. And I just wanted to thank everyone with my own voice for this evening, and anything that they can share this out. We'd love to see all of you, of course. And I'm gonna get busy now. I have my phone. I was, texting everybody I know to give them the web address, and so they can go and buy a ticket. So
so we hope to see you, and we hope that you all have taken this information to heart. And if you can, we know everybody can't, but if you can, if you're supposed to be there, you will.
Yeah, that's it.
You'll be there if you're supposed to. And so, and we welcome and honor, your presence, coming in love and coming, with an empty pitcher to be filled up, if you will. And then some of you might come with a full pitcher to pour into somebody else, because there's times when people come and they have just as much to give as the folks that are standing up in front of us giving the presentation. So we don't want to diminish anybody's gifts or anything. So we would love to see you.
Oh God, it's going to be so great and so fun. The weather is going to be great too. It's September, right?
Yeah. So hopefully, we've had crazy weather though,
Oh, really?
Well, I just think the weather has been really crazy.
I don't think it's going to be really cold. I think it might be what, 50, maybe 60?
60s, maybe. Yeah.
60.
Because normally we were doing things in what we did we do March and stuff before, so it was cold.
We did March. I think we did an October one year.
Yeah,
and that was cold. I mean, that was really cold. You guys went out. Remember when it was freezing?
Oh, did we?
Yeah, that was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Wow. Well, like I said, also want to remind them that this coming Friday, we have Teaching Lady J and Branchie Tashreek Bay. Yours truly, I'll just kind of be sitting on the sideline. I don't really do too much during this stuff, but I'll be there. Branchie, Teaching Lady J, which is Friday, August 22nd. And Cynthia, we kind of have I don't have a picture of that, but we have a conference. Not a conference. We have a concert. This weekend is a full weekend here in Wilmington. So Friday the 22nd is the what did I say? Is our private lives. Then Saturday, only like 3 blocks away, at the 5th annual. We're in the 3rd district, and so they have a concert every year, Millie Cannon concert, and this year it's no different. They have acts. They have Breakwater. You remember the group Breakwater from way back in the day?
Yeah. What date is that? Is that during our conference?
No, it's this Saturday.
This Saturday? Oh, you're going? You and Tom?
Walk around I'll probably drive, but it's only 3-4 blocks away. So they got Breakwater. They have the Urban Gorilla Band from Philadelphia, who are amazing. They have Melissa Morgan. They have you have R&B, jazz, and it's completely free. And and then on Sunday we have our community flea market at the House of Reawakening Mind, which is Friday, Saturday at the park, and then Sunday back at the house. We have a community flea market and have all kinds of things, and some other vendors there. For
how many?
Right now it's probably like about 4. I have enough stuff to fill up the whole place, but I won't do that. But up about 4 vendors. I know we have a reader that's there. Somebody is selling men's and children's and so forth, sportswear, sneakers.
Oh, that's gonna be
new
nice.
stuff. And then there was a sister that called us that does jewelry and art. So I don't know all yet who all, but I know that it'll be rain or shine. It's
Oh, wow.
indoors. If it's not raining, then I think one vendor wants to be outside, which is a good attraction too. So
Yeah, I think you guys have a hurricane out that way, right?
well, there's some stuff happening up and down the coast. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's why you probably have real hard rain. You might want to check.
We're not sure. But anyway, it's rain or shine because we have an indoor facility that we can
Oh, that's
open up
cool.
and do.
Yeah.
So but so Friday night is our Todd to be down here. Saturday, the park, which is about 3 blocks, 3.5, 4 blocks away from House of Reawakening Mind, just up Pine Street, right up the street.
Yeah.
To the park. And then Sunday back at House of Reawakening Minds for the community flea market. So we hope folks will come out and support,
Yeah, take pictures or do some live on Facebook so I can see
it's
it.
a way to put a few, put some things.
Yeah.
Oh, here's somebody says, I wish I could be here. Here we go. I wish I could be there. I'm quietly in private too, but I'm in the area where Tulsa is doing business. So it's too far, but we're sending our love. Thank you so much. Energy travels.
That's right. Sure does.
Good energy.
Always.
I love good energy, and we appreciate that. And it's funny, Tulsa. I just started looking at this old movie series called Tulsa Kings, but it's about gangsters and stuff. But anyway, so I'm sending love back to you all. Thank you so much. I don't know, Cynthia, I guess that's about it.
That's about it. Yeah.
I
done drank all my water.
Yeah, I made my hydrogen water.
I know, my chlorophyll water.
We haven't drank it yet, but I will when I get off the air.
Okay.
So again, come out Friday if you're in the area. We open the doors at 6:30. We start at 7, and we go until, I can literally say it's until because folks seem like when they get here they don't want to leave.
Oh wow, that's cool though. I mean that they're learning and they're eager and hungry. So
so it's appreciated. So with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Skedaddle. All right, everybody.
We're gonna wrap it up.
All right.
And we thank you so much.
Yes.
For being here.
Deeper and deeper I go. I find what it is I should know. 'Cause it's just a matter of time. But you'll reawaken your mind. Oh, come with me. Come to know and find out what is true. Then you know what's in store just for you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say, I'm reawakening mine. Come to know and find out what is truth, yes. Then you know what's in store just for you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say, I'm reawakening mine.
This is not merely a building. It's a sanctuary of remembrance, a threshold where the veil parts, and minds once lulled to sleep begin to rise. This is the house of reawakening mind.
I entered in silence, intellect, and despair, seeking refuge from illusions thick in the air. Walls lined with scrolls, lectures dense with light, where knowledge resurrects what was hidden from sight. No pulpit performance, no charismatic show, just a word in its purity, allowing the soul to grow. History unpacked with surgical precision, exposing falsehood, restoring vision. They taught me jurisdiction, the power of a name, how to stand in one's truth, free from legal games, from colonial codes to Moorish descent. I learned that ignorance is the true imprisonment. Not just the church, this is consciousness refined. I found myself inside the house of.
This is sacred ground, not just wood and stone. A haven for the seekers who once felt alone. Here the veil is lifted, the contract unwinds. In the house of reawakening minds. Truth is the altar, wisdom is the flame. Every soul remembered, every bloodline reclaimed. Time collapses and the spirit aligns. Inside the house of reawakening
We speak of
light.
capitis, diminution, and trust law with grace. Pulling veils from the statutes that distort the race. Reverend Doctor don't preach, she teaches through metaphysical keys and universal speeches. From Egypt to Amexim, maps are redrawn, and the minds of the lost are profoundly reborn. They decode etymology, undo the brands, expose how black was a corporate sleight of hand. This is reclamation through language and tone, where status is corrected and sovereigns are grown. From natural law to the astrological signs, the cosmos converge in these sacred confines. This ain't dogma, it's the science of the divine. Every lecture a seed in the garden of the
You
mind.
said know thyself, but gave no guide until I found the house where illusions died. Here the soul remembers, the contract is clear. We are the heirs and the ancestors cheer. This is sacred ground, not just wood and stone. A haven for the seekers who once felt alone. Here the veil is lifted, the contract unwinds. In the house of reawakening minds. Truth is the altar, wisdom is the flame. Every soul remembered, every bloodline reclaimed. Time collapses and the spirit aligns inside the house of reawakening.
They don't ask